Hey guys, Liquid Fire here. Thanks for joining me again tonight. So we are in Way of the Hunter, of course, and we have gotten the update. So today they launched 1.26.8. So that's our newest update, and it's got a few changes in it, a few kind of big things, a few little things, um, a couple good things, regardless of how you look at the rest of it. So we'll take a quick walk through everything that got updated, and we're going to walk our way down here in Diamond Drill and see if we can't get our eyes on some of these whitetail. So one of, and probably the headliner for a lot of people, but one of the updates is they added in the new antler variations for whitetail deer. I'm not going to say that they all look great. Sorry, can't do it. The first one we saw looked like a set of hands on the front of the deer. I don't know what exactly was going on with that. It was atrocious. Now, on the good note, if you hop into the Discord, the official Way of the Hunter Discord, there have been some more whitetails found with some different racks on them, and most of them look better. Now, what I'm concerned with is I haven't really got a chance to look at them up close, but it kind of feels, from what little bit I've seen, like it's one of those New Zealand red deer type things where they made some changes but didn't really adjust the skin on the racks to make them look high quality. It kind of looked like they just stretched them out again and just kind of did whatever happened to fit. So, oh, I should have went into hiker mode. Dang it. Those are mule deer anyway, but it kind of looks like they did make some new racks, and I think that having them be a little more thick, they got more mass to them. I think that's probably a good move. I think the horns were a little spindly here, but I really want to take a look at a few and see what the quality of the skin on the racks look like. I'm kind of concerned about that, but regardless, that is one of the big pieces that came in with this patch, and we're going to go down here and see if we can't get lucky and see if we can see some of the new racks. That's why we're walking down here to the pond. They also added 3 new albinos. So I can't remember the last time we got 3. I don't know if we've ever gotten 3 rares at one time. I know we certainly haven't in just a little update like this. But we did get 3 rares, and they are all 3 albino. So we got the Sambar deer, the Gemsbok, and the Springbok. So that's 3 cool albinos. So that's definitely pretty cool. They added in your map here the ability to turn off the fitness information. So, oh, and they also, I'm just looking at it now for the first time. Oh, and it stayed. They added in these little tick marks here so that you can more easily tell what the fitness is. So 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. And then, you know, this is to 40, this is to 60, this is to 80, this is to 100. So that little diamond right here to break it up, that helps a ton. That's simple, useful. I like it. And yes, this is legitimately the first time I've launched the game since the update. So that's new to me. But there is some setting in here. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know what it would be under. Probably not. Maybe in here. That wouldn't be under accessibility. Probably not Hunter Sense. Gameplay. It's probably where it's at. Yep, fitness potential. So you can turn it off here. Get back to your map. And you're back to the old style. So there you go. 0 chance that I'm going to leave that off. unless I forget how to turn it back on. All right, gameplay, fitness potential. Turn that back on because I absolutely love having this potential, and I really like having them little diamonds, which I'll probably not get it to stay up. Oh, there we go. I really like having these little diamonds down here to break it up. That makes it a lot easier to kind of get a reading on where your fitnesses are at. Yeah, I like that. We are in multiplayer, so trying to see if we can get some of these new racks to come in. So they turned that off, or give you the ability to turn that off anyway. And if you're playing Ranger, it will automatically be turned off. You do still have the option to turn it on if you choose, but it is by default turned off in Ranger. So that should make a few people happy. Well, we got more mule deer over here. Where's our whitetail? Seriously? We came here specifically for whitetail, and there's no whitetail here today? Well, how disappointing is that? Alright, well, I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to find a place over here. We'll just say right here on this point. And we're going to pause the video. I'm going to go relaunch multiplayer. And we'll run back down to about here. And see if we have some whitetails. So give me just a second. There's no point in not having whitetail while we're here. Alright guys, we're back. I'm not sure if I'm on the same rock or not though. But there is some whitetail down here at least now. So we were talking about the things they added. The Ranger difficulty, being able to turn that off for the fitness. So that's cool. It's automatically turned off. I think it's a nice decision, I guess. I don't think it really matters. But it's there. They did fix the ability in multiplayer for you to see the fitness potential on the map if you're the client. So apparently the host was able to see it, but the client couldn't. I don't know. I don't play multiplayer, so I can't really say a whole lot about that. But apparently that was an issue, and that's been fixed. So let's take a look down here at these whitetails, see if we got anything that jumps out here. Well, they're all behind these bushes, so can't really see a whole lot here. And I don't see any giant racks sticking out either. So this may have been a multiplayer failure. Oh, there's a decent looking rack. He looks fairly normal though. Maybe we'll shoot him in a minute and take a look and see if it looks any different. May have some more bends in the tines or something. But we'll just kind of watch things and go through the rest of the updates while these guys are walking back down. Maybe we'll find something exciting. We'll see. So they did fix the crash when you fast travel to the main lodge if it was full of taxidermied animals. So that's kind of big. That was messing with a lot of people. I've never had that issue, but I know there's been several who have. So hopefully that squares that away for everybody. That'll be a big thing. The toggle objectives. Now, you don't see it here. We're in multiplayer, but in single player, if you're in story mode, you have that little objective window that pops up to the left. And ever since the update, you could not get it to stay away. Every time you would do anything practically, it would pop back up. You go to the menu, it'd pop back up. You go to the map, it'd pop back up. You look left, it'd pop back up. It's practically that bad. So everything you did seemed to bring it back up, and you would have to close it again and again and again. It would make the funky noise whenever it popped up. It was just annoying. It didn't really hurt anything, but it was ultra annoying. So they did fix that, which is good. So there were a few other little pieces that not very many people were going to see, but there was a common surf scooter unlocking unwanted tutorial after the claim. So, I don't know. You were getting some tutorial after you claimed the surf scooter. So, whatever. There apparently was an issue with meat loss for the greater kudu. I would never notice. I don't pay a bit of attention to how much money you make for killing anything anymore. It could be off by thousands, and I would never notice it. So, kudos to somebody for noticing that. And the last thing they fixed was an inconsistent comic book naming in the Brazilian Portuguese. So, I guess they either messed up when they were importing in the fix that the guys made, or it was a problem from the beginning. I don't know. Either way, supposedly they fixed whatever it was. So that's it. That's the entirety of the update. So I'll kind of run through it again real quick from top to bottom. They added the 3 albinos, so Sambar, Gemsbok, Springbok, the new whitetail antlers, the genetic potential UI toggle, so that you can turn it off in the map, like if you're not wanting to see it, and in ranger mode it's defaulted to off. They added the fitness potential info in multiplayer if you're the client. They fixed, this is a big one, they fixed the fast travel crash when you go to the main lodge if you're full of trophies. They fixed the toggle objectives popping up all the time. That's huge. They fixed the surf scooter unlocking the unwanted tutorial. They fixed some meat loss issue for greater kudu and inconsistent comic book naming in the Brazilian Portuguese. That's what we get after 2 more months of fixes. So, gonna be honest, that's not a lot. Again, I mean, there's no maps, so they're not working on maps. This would be it. That would be everything they're working on. So I'm kind of disappointed in the breadth of the update. Not gonna lie. Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't see anything here for the whitetail antlers that really stands out as being something new and funky or impressive or anything. I think this guy has some of the waviness maybe, so we'll go ahead and drop him just to see what that looks like a little more up close. But it's not at all one of the ones I was hoping to get. I was looking to get one of the big, thick, really beefy ones, but I don't guess that's going to happen. Where did he go? I guess we're just going to put it in a spine and drop him here. Oh, we're not. There we go. Let's go take a look at him. Maybe we'll jump into Cottonwood and see if we see anything down there that's really big. We are in multiplayer, so who knows what's going to be there. It's just a little to the right. Oh well. Oh, we got... Wow. That's an interesting way to get a heart shot. We had the kill on the heart and left lung going for the spine. That's interesting. Second shot was glued him in. But I'm not interested in any of that. I want to look at his rack. So, yeah, I think this has some of the new elements. So you've kind of got the wavy tine here, and that doesn't look horrible. Yeah, a little cockeyed here, a little extra bend here. I don't mind that. I think that looks okay. I think that looks fine. Let me whoops, to do. Wanted to try to get the bullet further away so we can get a better look at the rack itself if we can. Just not a good... We're getting to that point where it's starting to fade through it. So let's see if we go the other direction. If that's any better. Well, we can see it on this side. So on this rack, you can't really tell because it's not mass increased. It's kind of the same mass as they've always had. Still kind of spindly, which is fine. I don't have an objection against that. But I was wanting to see one of the really thick ones to take a look at how they did the texturing. Because it's the one thing with the racks and Way of the Hunter, even though you know, there's been some demand for more uniqueness, the racks themselves have been very pretty. They're well done. They look nice. Like here, let's jump to the cabin. Oops. So if you look at the racks, they look nice. I mean, I'll get rid of the binoculars. There's nice texture. There's nice quality to it. Yeah, look at the mule deer. If I can get over here to it. Oh God, go away, gun. I don't need you. Yeah, look at the detail and the texture on the mule deer. It's not a super thick, massive rack, which that's fine, I think. But they look really good. You know, just the textures on them. And the problem that we run into is that when they did things like the red deer in New Zealand, they just stretched out the skins. They didn't make it any better looking. They just took what it was and made it big and puffy. And you know, that's not ideal to me anyway. But you can kind of see the racks all have really nice looking textures. And what I'm concerned with is if they didn't go through and really work on a new skin or a new technique for stretching the skin over the bigger antlers, that it may not look great. It's like even these guys, you know, it's just good texture, kind of funky, of course, but good texture. I swear it felt like his head was moving. Huh. All right. I guess I'm losing my mind. Let's run down here real quick and see if... Well, let's take a look with the camera. See if we see any whitetail close. If we do, we'll pop one and... Or maybe pop one. Now, if they're not down here, they're going to be way over here somewhere. I'm not going to make you guys go through all that just to try to see the potential for a whitetail that could have a better rack. So, all right, we struck out on getting one of the new fancy racks, but there's not much to the update, so not a lot of time to really go through and do much while we're kind of talking through everything. So again, I mean, it's a nice update. It really is. I don't think that that anybody should be complaining about getting 3 new rares. If you want to complain about them all being albinos, okay, that's fair. But 3 rares, that's pretty good. The new racks, that's pretty good. Now, the question that I have is how much of this is cosmetic versus scored? So from what I've seen, and this is just in Discord, a few pictures that popped up, it doesn't look like there were any forked G2s or anything like that. So it may be a little more legitimate scoring than what we have with the mule deer, and that would be great. The mule deer with the tridents, all that stuff, they're purely cosmetic, and the tridents look like crap. I'm sorry, that's not natural looking. But they were cosmetic. So with the new whitetail racks being more realistic so far, just different shapes on the tines, I think that's probably going to score pretty normal. The more mass is just going to look better, and it gives a little more of the funkiness that you see in deer racks. So all in all, so far I'm okay with them. Initially, I was very concerned. The first one we saw in Discord was hideous. I don't know what on earth they were thinking when they did that particular design, but it's horrible. But the ones I've seen afterwards seem much better. What little bit we've seen looks better. The occasional wavy tine, that's fine. It's if you do all 7 tines on both brows and make them all wavy, yeah, that just looks goofy. That's not real. But 1 or 2 being wavy or having a kink and stuff like that, that's good. That's realistic. That's nice to see. It looks like there's something moving down there. That's our mule deer, ain't it? Yeah, it looks like mule deer. Yeah, it would be. That's where they're at. Ooh, we're in multiplayer, though. That single whitetail might be down here. That's the mule deer. He would be down here around this bridge if he's down here. I don't see him, though. I can't remember where his other drink zone is. Yeah, it was worth a shot. But having a few of them curly, well, not curvy, but wavy, I'm okay with. So initially, I was very disappointed in it. But as we're seeing more of them, it's looking a little better. I'm a little more happy with it. So hopefully, as we go through over the next few weeks and start seeing more and more of them, there's more that are on the good side versus the weird ones that don't look good at all, kind of goofy. And I've been a proponent of weird looking racks, don't get me wrong, but not completely symmetrical weird looking racks that look like somebody's holding up their hands. Come on, guys. Not cool. Anyway, we've rambled on. Not a whole lot to this update. Pretty small, pretty quick, so it's not going to take us long to get through it all. And we have. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, jump on to the Discord. There's always conversations going on there, especially around the new update. So, join in. Take a look at some of the other images that people have dropped of the new antlers. Certainly nice to see everybody sharing those, so you kind of get a good idea of what they look like before you find them all on your own. And of course, don't forget 3 new albinos. So Sambar, Gemsbok, and Springbok. So go get some rares. All right, guys, that's it. We're done. You have a good night. God bless, and happy hunting.